I need money. Oh, don't try to turn away now, man.
This row will be starting next. We got guys named Jeff and Nick Ryan, please. Section arena. With a scholarship, and when I have an opportunity to have an ex-player visit with my player that we have now, I like to them to say a few words about college, and so some of you guys can kind of understand what I've been trying to tell you. Guys, listen up. Y'all listen up. Now, so this may help some of you to understand, especially the seniors and juniors. And the juniors right now that we have coming up for next year, you have to have an idea what you want to do in life. There's no tomorrow. The seniors that are going out this year, successful. I'm going to ask Patrick Carter to come up and speak to you for several minutes, and I hope you get something out of it.
How y'all doing today? My name is Patrick Carter. I went to school at West Texas A&M, which is actually in Canyon, Texas. What I'm here to talk to y'all about is not going to school, but the choices that you make in life after high school. Because to be honest, I'm not playing sports no more. Reason why? Is because it's my choice not to. I chose to take my path in a different angle. I want to go to school. Just go to school. That's all I want to do. I want to do business. I still have the opportunity to go back and play sports. I can go play for Texas State if I wanted to. But as you get older, you realize that it's more to it. I'm trying to make a lifelong career for myself. Not trying to go out there and feel that I can just feel cocky and go off and play NFL ball. Most of y'all probably got that and y'all wanted it. One day y'all probably gonna be in the NBA. I've seen a lot of athletes in college when we got there. Didn't even last 2 days of a pre-workout, passing out. And I made it through a whole semester of college ball. I probably will still be playing, but I got hurt. They said you can get surgery and you can get back on that field, or it's a business. We're gonna have to let you go. I thought long and hard for a whole week. I still went to practice, did my thing, got down the field. After we had our toilet bowl, which is for the oncoming redshirt freshmen and whatnot, after I showed what I could do, I went up to the head coach. He said I played a hell of a game. That's exactly how he told me. But I had to let him know that I just can't do football no more. Not because I didn't want to play anymore. Like, if I could probably go back, I might just play football. But I want to further my education because I found out how short it could be for me with just getting hit one time. That's all it took. One hit is all it took to make me realize that I may not be able to play football no more. When I got hit, it pretty much kind of paralyzed me. I couldn't move. I was sitting there on my back for probably 3 hours. They didn't stop the practice though. They didn't stop at all. They just migrated to the other side of the field. I was left down there. They waited for the paramedics to come get me. They took me to the infirmary. They said I had to just get my back in my place. I missed class for a week. And that's another thing. You can't miss class at all. And if you do miss class, you better be sure to contact your teachers and get on it. Because they don't care. They already got paid. They've been paid. As soon as you stepped into that class, they already had their money. They don't care if you come to class or not. I made sure that all my teachers knew my name. From that first day until that last day. Showed up, talked to my teachers, got plans out the way, helped me get tutoring, made sure that I had some knowledge in my head. But I came back to Austin, though I'm at ACC, I'm still doing something with my life because of the fact that I'm in school. If I wasn't in school, out here running in the streets, I wouldn't have nothing to say about my life, except I'm failing at it. And that's something that I'm not willing to accept. I came up in LBJ with my dad, actually, because my dad used to coach here. He's a good friend of Coach William. When my dad died, Coach William took care of me as his own son. I call Coach William Dad. And honestly, I'm pretty sure he's proud of me. My mom's proud of me. And it's a lot of younger kids that I know that are proud of me. Everybody's proud of me at the moment because I'm out here doing something with myself. I'm not here to tell y'all that it's going to be fun. College is fun. It's fun, but it's a lot of temptations. It's a whole bunch of temptations. Yeah, some of y'all are going to go into college single. And when I mean girls are going to swoop to y'all because y'all are athletes, they're going to come at y'all like hungry dogs. I've seen it. I've seen it happen. They just swoop to you. All the frats and all that, they're gonna want you to come to their parties, attend their parties, because you're an athlete. Athletes are college. That's all that college is, athletes. And if you really want to do something with your life, make sure that you know what you're doing. Study every day. When you got time in between classes, go to the library, get your study on, do something. Don't go hang out with your friends. Go eat. Go eat and study. I was losing sleep some nights, staying up writing papers. When I mean papers, I know 4 or 5 pages, like 10 pages, just to get a simple grade. It wasn't even a big grade. It was classwork, homework. And yes, I was tired, but it didn't stop me. It didn't stop me at all from going to class. It was days when I called my mom just to check up on her. Hey, mama, how you doing? I miss you. But I wasn't going to stop going to school. When I called my mom and told her that I made the choice to come back home and go to ACC and continue to do school, but she was upset. I'm not gonna lie, she was upset because she wanted me to stay and play football. But I told her, I'm older now, and it's time for me to make my own decisions. When I made this decision to come back, I made sure that I was going to stay in school all year long. I'm going to stay in school till I'm pretty much done getting my doctor's degree. That's what I'm shooting for, my PhD. Once I get my doctor's degree, I'm set. I'm trying to open up my own business when I get older. One thing that I was known for at LBJ, I had all the shoes. All the shoes. He was, ooh, young guy, got shoes. That's what I hear. I even sold a couple of shoes to people out there in the audience. Kendrick. But now I'm not even worried about that now. I just want to open up my own little shoe store, give me a little franchise as well, and make that money for me, my family, and to give back to everybody that's ever helped me in life get to where I am. I've matured a lot since high school, and I've just got out of high school. But as soon as I got out of high school, I had to learn that I gotta grow up. That's all it is. You just gotta grow up. And now is the time to start, because y'all still have it. Y'all still have y'all chances. We're young. And since we're young, we gotta make something happen.
Sorry to be here, man. That's pretty Before we get to our guest speaker, we have a young man in the house that played here every day and got made history. It's Ray Jackson. I know Ray Jackson. I know you didn't want this, but come on up here and talk to us for a few minutes. Now, Ray has stories to tell you guys, but I'm going to tell my wife, she told me about the story, and it's something that I like to just tell you part of it. This is basically for the athletes. Because guys, even like this year, y'all had that opportunity. And we talk about it all the time. That's the difference between rich and poor. I tell y'all that all the time. There's an opportunity there, and you don't want to take a chance. And you wonder why you're poor. Because you didn't take advantage of the opportunity when you had a chance to. You wonder why you don't have a state championship ring on. They look pretty good, don't they? You know what I mean? They look pretty good. Not a championship ring, but it's a Final Four ring. Okay? So, you know, with next year's bunch, doing all the right things and education first, we'll win a state championship. And if you don't, I want Ray to tell you what he talked to my wife about, and she came home, and it really touched me because he was so right. And I've been there before, in my high school, and at our college, you know.
I actually like Coach Rowland's wife more than I like him, so. Hey, first and foremost, I just want to tell y'all, man, I'm so proud of the season that y'all had, man. It's a blessing to walk around the city and throughout the state, and everybody say you went to LBJ, you can wear that with honor and be proud of that, you know. But what I was telling Coach's wife was, it's tough to be on the losing end. I actually got a chance to go to the Final Four again, and it hurts all the time to lose in the championship game. It hurt when I was playing, and it hurt this year when I saw the young boys playing. And it was the first time I actually stayed on the court. You know, some of y'all saw the documentary. When we lost, I ran out the court throwing chairs, looking crazy. Didn't handle my business the right way. So this time I sat back and kind of sucked it up. And I watched the other team cut the nets and the confetti come down and watched them celebrate. And I was like, man, at some point in time, we got to bring that success back home. Whether it's at Michigan, LBJ, some of the kids that I love and spend a lot of time with, I want to see them celebrate that championship. So just so y'all know, man, whatever I got to do on my end to help motivate and promote y'all to the next level, I'm going to do it. And we come to the games, it's a blessing, man, to come to the gyms and see alumni all throughout the gyms. That means y'all taking care of y'all's business as young men. So that's a blessing, and my thing for y'all is to stay good men on and off the court. Take care of y'all business off the court as well as on the court. Because if you're not doing that, they're not coming to talk to you. The scouts, the coaches are not coming to deal with you, bottom line. They're not trying to lose their jobs over kids that are going to get them fired by doing something crazy off the court. But embrace the summer, have fun, make sure y'all taking them summer classes, prepare for them SATs, them ACTs, do the things that you need to do to be in order to graduate and go to the next level. Because all of us have dreams of higher education. So that's what we promote. And be ready to cut the nets down. We got a great group coming back. I hate to lose my two seniors. They were a blessing this year, but they out for bigger and better things, so it's time for the young guys to step up. So, I love y'all. Thanks for the opportunity to come speak. That's it.
Before our guest speaker come up, I'm going to say a few things. I could have wrote something down, but I didn't want to. Because I tell you, I have a couple people in here understand my saying, and I told Coach Willis this. I have some good friends of mine, and it's hard to call people friends, and these are good friends. and they will understand what I told Coach Willis. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. And I think most of you know about, where he's going, where he's planning on going. But I was in his office, and when he first got here, they tried to make us be enemies. See, I'm bigger than that. Trust me. I don't hold grudges. I don't. I can get upset about 5 minutes. That's about it. Okay? Now, if I pick some people, he would be one of my island persons. I guarantee you would be. And there's some other great people in here, some others I've told that to, and that's just a fact, Jack. Okay? That's just a fact. Now, Coach Willis, when he got here, everybody was a little bit upset when he did some things, but he did a wonderful job. He did a wonderful job. He took a bunch of kids in a short period of time and made them believe. And tried to help those who didn't believe. And we do that too. We go down with our children, the ones that don't want to do right, and we're hypocrites if we don't try to help them. It ain't all about the good kids. It's like the good Christians going to church. You don't need saving. You're already saved. It's about the people out here in the street that are not saved. And this is kids we need to try to work with, is the ones that are struggling. Don't have no one to talk to about what's out there waiting on. Well, my father used to tell my brother and I, it's a wolf out there. We never understood that. We was country, a wolf. Like Pepper said, guys, when you go into the real world, business people, educators, lawyers, doctors, they don't have time for the excuses. They don't want to listen to any real issues. They just want to see and get the job done. And that's what we're trying to prepare for y'all. That education is big. Now, I'm not the guest speaker, but we're going to, I asked Coach Willis, I have no director, about 5 hours. I have never come up and speak to you because we've talked a lot. I've heard him speak, and he's good, and I think you will enjoy this. Unfortunately, I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. We won't have it much longer, but he's a neighbor. He's right there with him. And he'll always be my neighbor. And I'm like some other coaches I fell in love with, like I called Matthew at the soda. I go watch them every year. I'm going to go watch Coach Willis too. We're going to have lunch and dinner and all this kind of stuff. Because those are true friends. True friends. I think Coach Willis will get out of his bed and go down the road with a flat tire and need some help. I don't even think I know he'll roll out. And that's what's called true friends. And I'm going to let him come up and tell you a little bit about, I guess, a cup like that.
All right, good evening. How are you? All right, good. First of all, it is an honor for me to be considered as an island friend of Coach Willis. I consider that an esteemed honor for me because of the great amount of respect I love what I have for Coach Willis. Guys, if there's anything else, if you don't get anything else out of what I have to tell you tonight, I want you to know that you have a jewel in the rough. You have a jewel that sits in front of you every day. Now, it's really difficult to appreciate that every day. Okay? Ms. Henry said something that was profound the other day. She said, it's hard for us to respect the prophet in his own hometown. And that is so true. What we have, folks, is a genuine prophet right here. And I just want you to know that you need to step outside of yourself and be the one to get all you can get from this young man. Heavy on the young. You need to get all you can get from Coach Willis, because I did for about a year. Got all I can get out of it, because I understand the sincerity that he comes forth with. everybody's not as genuine as Coach Rowland, and I appreciate that. So I also want to thank his wife, because I understand and I know what it takes to be a Coach Rowland. I understand that it's an arduous task, and you're here more than you're there. He's got two beautiful young ones at the house. So I'm certainly proud of her as well. But further than that, I want to thank the Booster Club, because the biggest party in town about this winter on into this fall on into the winter was the basketball game at LBJ. That was the biggest party in town. And I want you to know that you made it out there. So I want to say thank you to all of you. If I start mentioning names, I'll leave off somebody, so I'm not going to do that. And then I want to thank my administration. And I say my because I fell in love. Yes! With the administrative family here, led by Mr. Henry and the station Rosinski. I just think those people do an outstanding job, and they are hometown folks. They just love LBJ, and they love it with their heart, And so I really thank Ms. Henry and her staff for doing a wonderful job. Also, the coaching staff, Coach Kenneth Brothers, Coach Ron Rose, not to leave off your lives and family. You guys did a great job, and the family as well. Coach Will, I'm not to give you that. Coach Will and family, by the way. It took all of you guys to do a great job, to do a really great job. And I'm not just saying this, y'all. This is my 20th year to coach, and LBJ, this experience has been something that I shall never forget. As a matter of fact, Coach Rowland is right. I'm going to be leaving. I guess I love The Godfather, the movie, and one of the famous lines is they made me an offer that I can't refuse. And they did. Guys, it has nothing to do with money. It has to do with trying to put my family back under one roof. I've been married to my wife for 7 years. We've lived in the same household for about a year and a half. And so, you know what? I'd like to come home every now and then and see Mama over there, So I'm going to do that. Make the decision to go ahead and do that. And I just want you to know that I love LBJ. I'm purple-blooded. Maybe that's why God keeps sending me to schools with purple as the team color. But this is my third one in a row. But I want to talk to you about a couple of things real fast. I'm not going to hold you long. But, I wanted to tell you a little bit about my story, see, because I know that everybody has a story, I talked to Miss Henry a little bit about her story, and I love her story. It's an international story. I talked to Coach Rowland about his story, and I love his story, because it's an outdoor story. It's a story about coming from, small town America. But I want to tell you just a little bit about my story. But before I do, I want to tell you something. If you are a believer, and this is for you guys, then when you get a chance, I want you to turn to Romans, I believe it's the 18th chapter, and it says, what shall separate you from the love of Christ? And then it starts to name things. Names all kinds of things. You read it for yourself. But it says, what shall separate you? And so I want to ask you today, I'm going to ask you, what shall separate you from success? Okay? That's what I want to ask you today. Because more times than not, it's not somebody that separates you, it's us that separates ourselves from success. I think Coach alluded to that a while ago, but what is it that's going to separate you from being all that you can be? Well, I had some choices in my life to make. And my biggest heroes are my big brothers and my sisters. I love them to death, because growing up, all we had was us. See, we didn't have a whole lot. I grew up in the bricks. I grew up in government housing. I'm proud of that. I grew up in government housing. Oh, y'all don't know, long time ago before food stamps, they had USDA. Oh, boy. Me and my three brothers, they used to call us D-Glade, because we ate all the government gave us. Yeah, see, we even had a stint in Rob Lowe's hometown in Wichita Falls. We thought they were rich. We walked across his dad's backyard there, going by the creek, down by our apartments, and we thought they were rich. They were just middle-class people. But we didn't grow up with a whole lot. I'll tell you, when I got to college, I found out I was poor because my mother was such a good mother. She had 7 kids, and I never knew I was poor. I never knew it. I just didn't know it. So, because I always had plenty to eat, I always had a pair of Wrigley shoes, I always had a couple of James Brown shirts I thought I would show up in, you know. But I was at school, and there were two guys from Houston that were my suite mates. They were across the restroom. And I just noticed I don't go all the way to the dress. He said he was going out to some nightclub. I was watching him. Look through his closet and all these clothes. And I'm like, wow. I had a pair of white pants, I had a pair of blue pants, I had a pair of black pants. I had one belt, I had one pair of shoes, I had one pair of tennis shoes. I had about 5 shirts, and I thought I was somebody. Well, Robert pulled out of his closet, he had a black belt, he had a brown belt, and he had a maroon belt. I said, woo! Oh, boy, they must be rich. So it was at that point that I realized maybe my family, maybe we didn't have a whole lot going, just going back, maybe we didn't have a whole lot. But you know what I noticed? It wasn't about those things that they had, it was about the things that my mom put in me. It was about the things that she put in me about never quitting. It was about the things that she put in me that told me that I can't leave one of my brothers anywhere. I've got to bring them home every night. So when we got into a fight one day and the guy had a gun, I had to stand there. I could not run because my brother was being crazy. I could not run. I had to talk the guy down with his gun. Another time, I'm coming around the corner, guy with a shotgun in my face, and my brother had to talk the guy down for me. We couldn't go home until I left my brother down in that ground. So one thing I learned was, I learned about love. I learned to love unconditionally. I learned to love in spite of. I grew up fighting every day. 3 brothers, we go fight every day. So I decided somewhere around the 6th grade that I wanted to change. My oldest brother, he was calling himself Mad Dog. And he was mad crazy. And by the way, Patrick, I'm still looking for those mad dog women looking after the athletes in college. I didn't see those when I was just saying these things. I'm still looking for them. I'm kidding. But anyway, my brother called himself Mad Dog. Well, I decided, because he acted like a mad dog. My brother was 11 to death and shot 5 times. My other brother just got out of jail last year, 2 years ago. I flew to LA to see him. I hadn't seen him in about 15 years. He's been in jail for 23 years. See, everybody has a story. And I'm telling you this story because I don't want you to think that there's something that should separate you from success. Because you don't have any excuse. It's already been done. People have already done it. My last brother, he's been to jail once, 5 years, shot with a shotgun. At some point, folks, around the 6th grade, I decided that I was going to be a little different. I just decided I was going to be different. I decided I wasn't going to sell drugs. I was in California one time, and my brothers were selling drugs. I said, Lord, if you just get me home, I promise you I'll never do this again. I decided about the 6th grade though that I was going to do something different. So everything that came my way, I would try to grab a hold to it that was educationally based, and I would try to make it happen for myself. Well, I wasn't the best reader at that time, so I started picking up the newspaper and I started to read. I wasn't the best writer at that time, so I started to ask English teachers, what can I do to become a better writer? And they started working with me. By the time I got to high school, I had an affection for education. And the funny story was, we were reading Romeo and Juliet about the 10th grade. Romeo and Juliet. Oh, my brother Aaron had already got Romeo. He's Romeo. He went down here. I can't be Romeo. Who can I be? Who can I be? So Miss Pryor, she had taught my mom. She's been teaching for 32 years. She taught my mom. And I have so much respect for Miss Pryor. She said, who wants to be Juliet? None of the girls would say anything. They wouldn't say anything. I said, oh, Romeo, right? Oh, I got Romeo. I have an affection for education. She wouldn't let me be Juliet. It didn't matter to me. I just wanted to learn. I just wanted to be a part of the process of learning. Well, as I grew, I got to read some things, and I read what Ruby Payne. She's an educational sociologist, something to that effect. But Ruby Plain says that education is the key to getting out and staying out of generational poverty. So guys, my deal to you today is this. What is going to separate you from success? And you're looking at a guy who, look at that mark on my hand, that's because my parents used to go pick cotton one point of the year, and we were left with younger siblings, or my aunts who were younger, as they went to pick cotton. And one time, when I was a little boy, I took the iron, not knowing any better, and put it on my hand. So all my little baby pictures, I have a picture, I have my hand wrapped up. So what it is that reminds me and keeps me going every day, I look right there. That's enough for me to keep going. Okay? So I'm just asking you, what is going to stop you? There have been plenty of things to stop you. Okay? For my brothers, it was drugs and alcohol. That was what veered them to the other side. For other people, it's I don't know, it's all kinds of stuff. But what I'm telling you guys is nothing should stop you from being all that you want to be. Nothing. Nothing should stop you from being all that you want to be. There is no person. There's nothing out there that's going to make me do anything that I don't want to do. And I just decided that. I said, there's not anybody who's going to make me go do anything that I don't want to do. So every day after practice, I was tired as the next guy. Guess where I went? I went to the library. I got to be a regular in the library. After we got out of practice and our meetings about 8 o'clock, I was there about 11 every night. Every night. Okay? I said, what? I'm not going to go home to. Well, I'm going to go back and work at Fleetwood Mobile Homes? I'm not doing that. Okay, I'm going to go back and work construction? I'm not doing that. So I don't have anything other than my mom to go back home to, so I'm not going. I am going to stay here and graduate. So that's what I did. Now, what I want to tell you is this. I want to give you one last scripture. Well, if I followed all these scriptures like I should, I'd be somebody. But over in Malachi, there's a scripture that says, will a man rob God? He said, how will I rob you? So usually we rob him with tithes and offerings. Usually we'll take our little bit and put it back in our pocket. We don't give like we should. And I'm one of those. I don't give like I should. But I was asking myself the other day, God, why are you so good to me? And then it hit me. It hit me. And when they didn't have a football team in Lago Vista, and my wife told me your prayer is that you want to be able to go and help kids, and that's all you want to do is be able to help kids, and you'll go anywhere. And the man called me and offered me a job, and 3 people turned it down. And my wife told me, hey, listen, I feel like you pray every night to God to give you a place to go where you can help kids, and this man is offering you this job and you're turning it down. I fell to the ground, I got back up, I kissed my wife, and I called the man and told him I accept the job. So when I started thinking, why are you so good to me? Maybe it's because I'm not afraid to go where God tells me to go. So when I left Lago Vista, we had everything in order, we were rolling on the right track, we had built the football team from scratch, we had raised $182,000, they still had $30,000 in the bank, the school had never paid a dime for them to play football. So then I said, hey, I think it's time for me to go back to Waco. I'll be more of a service there. I went back to Waco, we played for a state championship in 2006. I left there feeling like it was time for me to get back in the big chair. I went to Marlin. It was a decimated community. Everybody in Waco said, don't go. You can't go. That is not a good job. No, but I had a good job. We went to Marlin and we turned the program around. It was a historic program, and traditionally very good, but they had been down for 3 or 4 years. Worse than that, their coach had been in jail. They had all kinds of problems, and we turned the program around to make people want to come back to that city. And then I had a chance to go or be in LBJ. So I just feel like God was where He's wanted me to go. I've gone, and things have been a success from there. But what I want you to know, guys, is in that Malachi scripture that talks about being cursed with a curse, that talks about how you rob God is in tithes and offerings. I want you to know that, to me, the way that people rob God is through the tithes. you have a talent, and you don't go out and expand that talent, sorry to tell you this, before long, fellas, you won't have that talent. As a matter of fact, God will take that talent away from you. And so what I want you to know is, don't worry about the next guy. You compete against you. You do your best, you can't sweat the rest. You go every day like it's your last day. You live life like it's your last day. You have a great time. You work hard. You put everything on the court. And you're going to be fine. God will continue to elevate you, and you will get the blessings that you deserve. Hey, I'm so proud to have been at LBJ, y'all. If you're ever in Waco and give me a call, you cannot spend your money. It won't work in Waco. You come on by, we'll go find us something good restaurant. If you got time, we'll go to Marlins. Some really good ones there. We'll have a good time. I love you. I appreciate you. And I'm so glad to have been here with you. Thank you very much.
Okay, we're going to use that 75 miles per hour speed limit that they give us and get you guys out here around 8 o'clock. As my coaches come up, we're going to give players some awards, and then we'll close out. Thanking people that didn't think that's everyone in here. So coaches come up. This is Coach Rose. He coaches JV. Have done a great job and varsity. Coach Blow, coach our freshmen and varsity. And these guys are doing a pretty good job to try to organize this thing. Nah, I'm just joking.
First of all, I want to say thank you to all of you for coming out tonight. And special thanks to Ms. Henry for guiding me through all of this, and Coach Willis. I don't know what you saw in me. I begged you not to, however you did it. But you talked me into coaching football with me, and I knew it was a blessing. And I looked at him and I said, Coach Willis, are you sure you want to hire me? And he said, Coach, I watched you do a basketball camp this summer, and I don't care what you know about football. I need somebody with grit. And I learned so much from him, not just football. Later, for the record, I was willing to coach with you again next year. And I learned so much from you, and you even taught me not to cuss as much. Okay, I don't cuss, but anyway, he doesn't at all. I like that part about it. And you guys know I lose it sometimes, and y'all pray for me. God's not finished with me yet. But he brought you here, put you in my life, and I'll come watch you too. Promise that. And Coach Lowe, I've always helped him off and on, but this year he brought me on as a coach, and I think we had one of the best experiences I've ever had in basketball. The school, Lawrence Point was we had the second best record in the school, and I just enjoyed working with you. Coach Wallace has been a big help, and he had been around here a little longer than I had as a coach. But I want to say a few words about my freshmen. It was a fun group to coach. We were 16-1, lost the very first game of the season when we kind of figured it out, and we ran the table. But what I was most proud of is we won these games on the road. We were undefeated at home. We only had 5 games at home, and they did a really good job. Freshmen, could y'all come up, please?
This is kind of what we did to people all season long. We just sort of walked into their gym like we were just going to show up. But these guys can flat out play. We can get y'all to stand shoulder to shoulder right there. I'd appreciate it. And I have a few certificates to give out real quick. And I'm going to say a few things about it before I do. We started out with 16 guys, 12 uniforms. And we tried to figure out how to suit up 12 guys, and we rotated them around. And some decided they didn't want it as much as others. We ended up with 13.
This group was fantastic to watch. They liked each other. They got along. We had great practices. They were never late to practice. I didn't have any trouble out of any of these guys at all. They were just fun to coach. And parents, I want to thank you because it was a blessing for me to have an opportunity to cross paths with your boys. They were outstanding gentlemen. All right, at this time, I'd like to give out awards, and we'll start with the basketball awards. The first one goes to Luis Lopez. Okay, Luis was just a hard-working guy, and before he knew it, he worked himself into a starting spot. What I liked about him was his attitude and his work ethic. When I first met him, he wasn't the greatest player in the world, but he got a lot better. And when I put him in a position and challenged him, he rose to the occasion and played great. And did an outstanding job. We had to split him with the soccer coach. He thought he wasn't going to be able to do both, and I told him, you know, here's how I see it. Go to whichever practice you want to, just don't miss any games. And he was always there, and he didn't make any attention. Thank you, Luis. Okay, next is Sam Pastor. I really enjoyed coaching him as well, and Sam played all 17 games with us, never missed a game. Got better and better. Pointed out to me he was a clutch free throw shooter. And Coach, I'll get 4 straight games without missing a free throw. And played great defense, was good on our press, and just an outstanding gentleman. Appreciate you, Sam. Thanks again. Next is James Gross. James played close for us, and against Austin High, he was our second leading scorer, and had 4 buckets, and they were so scared against Austin High, there was no way we could talk them into winning that game. It was sort of once they figured out we weren't going to play, they pressed us. If we could get Austin High again, we'll see them again next year. But they just jumped on us and caught us off guard, but he was one of the guys that came through for us. He was the only player on the team that took a charge this year. And we have a rule on our team, when you take a charge, everybody stands up. And when he took it, everybody just kind of looked at him and said, yeah. We all stood up. And he really improved as the season went on and played very well. Appreciate you, James. Kevin Johnson. Kevin did an outstanding job for us this year, too. I really liked the way he played, never got in any trouble, was a hard worker, was known to hit threes here and there, played good defense. And what I loved about Kevin, he never complained about anything we did. He didn't complain about not starting, he just played. And when he got in, he played good, and the team cheered for him. When he was on the bench, he cheered for his team, and the perfect team won. Appreciate you, Kevin. Logan Blow. This was a tough one because Mr. Williams asked me a question. He said, your son's going to play for you. I said, yes, sir. He said, so how you going to do it? You going to play daddy ball to keep your son in all the time and always keep him on the court and have everybody in school hate him? I said, no, I'm not going to coach him like that. But it was tough coaching my own son because I expected so much more out of him than I did everybody else because I've known him a long time. And he accepted his role as playing half the game. And we had such an outstanding team that we did that not to really embarrass other teams more than we did. We probably averaged a 30-point victory in most of our games. The toughest game we had that we won was against Anderson. And these guys were all standing up cheering. He was having a real tough game, struggling to finally hit a three to get us ahead. DeMarcus hit a three to put us ahead some more. They caught back up. He hit the free throws to seal the game. And I just want to say I'm proud to be your father. And wish you the best. Okay, and I have one more word to give out to some of these guys. And this is what really I'm proud of the most, I would have to say. These are the guys that were all academic this year, with 3-point average and above, and most of them were 4-point average. I'm going to hand these out to you already met them, but I'm really proud of the fact that I had one guy not make it because of grades, and the rest of them can do whatever they want to do in life. Luis Lopez. Sam Pastor. James DePost. Logan Webb. Academia, you have to worry about it. These guys can go anywhere they want to go. They can get academic scholarships, athletic scholarships, or both, if they still want to play. Thank you, Jim. Appreciate it.
I'm gonna keep mine short. Old coaches talk too much sometimes.
Here's the story. And young coaches don't get cut.
Lawrence, I make the next one. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, I'd like to Xavier to come up, line up on his side here. All right, first, Nick. Nick was one of my front guards, pretty good player. He came along a long way. I kind of overlooked him at times sometimes, but his mom did a pretty good job of staying on my case. Byron Maxwell. I don't know what to say about this guy. He called himself the MVP of JV. But he all right. He's another one of the guards. He had a pretty good season. Had a lot of fun with ups and downs, but overall a lot of fun. Since basketball season, we want to challenge him on the Xbox, but that ain't happening. All right, Jack. Jack was also a wonderful player, a wonderful point guard. Had a great season. Lovely young man. He's a team player, I should say. A lot of times when I put him in the game and some other players late in the game, I tell him to go get the ball so he can run the point. And he'll tell me, no, coach, he haven't touched the ball at one time. He'll let him play the point guard. I said, but I want to see what you gonna do right now. Okay. All right, let him go first. So I like him. I'm sure teammates appreciate that characteristic of him as well. Lee Anthony Dawson. Well, he wants y'all to know that he's very physical. But that was not my defensive man, defensive stopper. He was pretty good player, capable football player too. Jack. Hercules. Jalen Harris. Jalen Rose. Eddie. I also have academic achievement awards to go out to my players as well. Like Coach Blow said, we're very proud of these guys for maintaining outstanding academics throughout the season. That's very difficult to do for athletes. Playing 2 games a week, sometimes traveling, it's a great thing when you can see your young men maintain great academics at the same time as having an outstanding season. Jalen Harris. Eddie. Dean. Barb. Jack. Jack. Lee Anthony. These young men not only had outstanding academics, they were also this year's district champions as well.
Before we go to finish over the varsity watch, I want y'all to know, look at your watch, you were late, not me. I said, give me 2 hours. I walked in here, we started 20 minutes late, so I'm ahead of time. Okay? I know what you're going to say. Yeah, but, okay, we're going to give several certificates to the varsity groups. Most of them have leather jackets coming. I think they'll be in on the 29th. And then I get them until last day of school, depending on how they're operating around the school, doing the right thing and stuff. Not, I'll keep them to the fall and then come back and pick them up. And the one that's returning to pick them up then. Jim was amazing. I said I was going to pitch for him at a boys basketball. But okay, will all of us guys come up, step to my left and right? First we'll give out a letter of certificate, and the first young man, he ran away from me, and boy, talked like wildfire. And now he's added several other things to his notches on his belt. He's the best boy, the smoothest boy, wear the best cheap glasses, and played could be better. And we're talking about smooth life. Okay, our next letter is a young man that came to us from my players love because he said that they think that I don't know what I'm talking about, but he's from another state, and I call him New York, Chicago, Boston, and I finally get to the right state. Mr. Patterson, I can't say nothing about this young man. I never had one. I had one, I can say, just one almost just like him. He didn't have opportunity to play a lot. Well, but the spirit on the bench, if I could get all of them to do that and not complain about why I'm not playing, why he's playing so much, again, we will have a state championship. And Mr. Patterson, I appreciate the energy you brought to my bench. You did a wonderful job. There you go. Love you. And the young man, we fun all the time. I cuss up with him all the time, and he cut up with me all the time. And he had a 3-minute crack, 3-word crack. I don't know that thing, but he been with me for years. At times did a great job. I think split between football and basketball, and cheating in both sports. And that's Mr. Kenny Fowler. I don't need to get your brother mixed up. I got the wrong certificate. Kenny, you could have came. I got the right certificate, so I just said about the wrong brother. Okay. That's all we have to do. Get that taken care of. Okay, Kimmy, come on up. This is big Kimmy. I'm going to be big on the little brother, but he's big brother. Yes, sir. It's good to have you. This young man started out, played a lot of ball as a freshman, played lots of ball as a sophomore, but hadn't really, his skills hadn't got to the varsity level. But he worked hard, and even working harder now. It really bothers me when I walk in the gym every day and see this kid just working his tail off. And I asked him, he's done that 4 years ago, and the Lakers will be here. And this is Lawrence Arnold. And also, you don't know, he's a neighborhood hero for the little kids. Come and play on our team. The next young man, if he would do some of the things that Coach Willis said, take care of his business, work hard, and not get involved with what's going on around him with other players, he can be great. And you guys doing that. Big Joe don't want to play in the paint. I tell Big Joe, in Austin, Texas, if you 6'4", 6'5", you're going to play in the paint. And you go to Oklahoma, they're going to put you maybe small forward in Austin, Texas. If you ever realize that there's nobody in Austin and very few in the state can hold this young man, but he wants to shoot 3. That's my job to stop there, okay? Big Joe Britain